Hey everyone, and welcome to my channel Chart Strength. My name is Zora Tour, and I'm going to be going over some charts again. The usual suspects will be covering the Dow, the Nasdaq, the S&P, and some breadth indicators as well, and a relationship between discretionary and staples. The last 2 days have been actually pretty huge. There's been big moves in tech stocks. We've seen big moves in the likes of Microsoft, Google, Facebook that were just recently reported earnings, and today we have Amazon also reporting numbers that beat estimates. So estimates appear to were low, and then these tech companies came out and delivered on those estimates, and also dropping words like AI and what have you to juice up and get investors excited, I think. And so we've seen a big move, I think almost in the Nasdaq from the recent low from just a couple days ago till now. We're at pretty much up about 3% in 2 days, which is pretty solid string of gains. So let's dive right in and take a look at our charts. We'll go tab by tab and go from there. Okay, first chart that we got that we're looking at here is the Dow. What I've got is a 10-month moving average on price. So price had broken below the 10-month moving average, and now we can see here that the first candle above the 10-day moving average is back up. So we're going to continue to monitor that. The MACD histogram has come up here, and it's been positive for several days. We'll see how that pattern works out, but nonetheless, now going from a bearish to somewhat slightly bullish stance. Online through the social channels like Twitter, the sentiment has been mixed. I would say there's a lot of bullishness, a lot of bearishness for the last 2 days. When things started to break down, the bears came out, and now it seems like the bulls are out. But we will see. Where the indecision and confusion lies is probably in breadth. There's a lack of breadth participation, and so market participants usually argue that that's like sort of your green light or your strong tell as to whether the rally is sustainable or fundamental and broad-based. All right. Here is the Dow Jones with the histogram and the elder candles. We have a green candle here. So that is indicative of positive momentum across the board, I should say strong momentum. And so you can see here our histogram retraced, and we got the candle right up just slightly above the 10-day moving average. So maybe that this period of consolidation has ended, and we're on our way upwards. This is the Dow tool that we have, and here really it was like the low in December that we kind of wanted to keep our eye on. We did break that low, but we've been rallying up. Down here you can see the momentum has ticked up as well. So, and here we got the slower MACD also still trending upwards. So in many respects, on a weekly basis and a monthly basis, there is strength. But it's the dailies that really throw you off, right? The daily movements, the daily news flow, headlines, and data that we see can really sway our opinion. And I know it has for myself. So this is what the Trading Journal is for, is to document my trading journey this year. And I had to slightly adjust my strategy almost. I was using my entire account as my trading capital and going in and out of the market. But I think when you're coming out of a bear market or coming out of a bottom, it's probably good to just keep a good portion of your account, or a small portion, X amount of your account in, and don't let it don't put a stop loss on it maybe, and just let it ride. because the road up is always bumpy. It's not going to be a smooth sailing ride up. It's going to dip below your stops or your imaginary lines in the sand and continue moving up. So something I'm going to work on is reestablishing a longer term position, because there's just a lot of whipsaw. And not only that, I think what I'll do is reduce my trading capital, and more so that I can continually passively participate in the market. Okay, now we just got a few more minutes left. Let's move on. What do we got here? Yeah. Okay, my favorite looking chart is right over here, and this is the NASDAQ. We saw the sell, well, for me it was a sell signal back here in the NASDAQ. Basically the histogram was negative, and price broke below the 10-day moving average, and for me that was a sell signal. That took my profits and sat on the sidelines. Well, today was one of those really strong days. You can see right here where the you can see right here the price has moved decisively above the 10-day moving average, and the histogram has retraced. So we could probably have a move here. I think what we're going to see is this little, you could probably draw a triangle here, and this is just going to rally up. I got a really cool chart somewhere. It's probably coming up. It's called the Wall of Worry, and I think that's where we're at, because there's so much indecision, myself included, and online, and I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, here's sort of this chart. We're kind of more or less taking a look at the ADX. The ADX is like a momentum, another momentum tool. I mean, all of these indicators are more or less the same. Okay. Here's some positive things. Here's the bullish perspective. On balance volume ticked up today. MACD histogram retraced. Our key $13,000 level was pierced today. That's huge. And we've got ADX at 20, which is arguably indicative of momentum. So there is momentum across the board here. Okay, next chart, here's a weekly look. This is where a lot of indecision is going to occur. A lot of indecision is sort of the investor psyche is going to be confused until we get out of this box, I believe, because there's a lot of movement. You could say the market's pretty much been sideways since August 2020. August 2020. Did I get that right? Yeah, August 2020. August 2020. There's been virtually no movement. So coming back to that level and getting back out, there's a lot of indecision. Going to. All right, so let's move on. So weekly momentum is still there. Prices are still moving up. I think we've had that little consolidation period here from March, 1 month of consolidation, March to April, end of March to end of April. Okay, so here is that monthly chart. Let's quickly take a look here. We've kind of got the green light to stay in the market. The long-term moving average, a 40-month moving average, prices are above. And it's early on. I think these are early days of a longer rally. We're probably going to come into some major problems once we rally another 20-30% up to the $16,000 level for sure. There's a lot of feelings and emotions up here. Okay, you can see like a lot of emotions up here. All those buyers, once a stock gets up there, they're going to dump everything. All these buyers here from late 2021, they're going to dump. Okay, so this is that chart that I was talking to you about. It's called the Wall of Worry. It's based on Justin Mamie's sentiment cycle. And please ignore all the lines here, but I think this getting up to 4,300 is going to be really difficult and really confusing and doubtful. And that is a sense that I am getting from Twitter, and that's just an anecdotal example. So volume did really pick up lately. That's a good sign. So we'll see how this works out. This MACD histogram is going to be a really skinny looking bar. I don't know how much more strength we will have until we get above 4,300. This is sort of the best 6 months. We're back at that level. I wonder again how we're going to perform until August, because technology can do pretty well in a pre-election year, apparently up until maybe August, where then we'll probably get some weakness and another potential buy point in the later part of the year. Okay, this is a weekly 26 week moving average. Prices are above. This is indicative of a long-term trend, so telling us to probably just stay in the market. I need to listen to myself and not always have stops. Oh, this is a big chart. Again, this is using the 150-day moving average, and again, this is telling us that prices should continue to move upwards. And on this chart, what I want to take your attention to is this particular purple line. It's been a place where price has reacted decisively. There's big moves, and yeah, so I want to see if we can get past 4150. Okay, the next thing we're going to take a look at is the VIX. If you recall, back in one of the March videos, we said that a VIX below 20 is really bullish for stocks, and that's what we're seeing here, is another breakdown in the VIX and stocks rallying. Okay, so the VIX is really weak. It's complete. You could say there's some complacency or just maybe real bullishness in the market. The value line geometric index hasn't really made a whole lot of progress since June 2022, and this week as well, or sorry, this month as well. It's actually not moving for us. So yeah, broad strength is really not there. So people are right, there isn't a lot of strength, but yeah, here is another view that sort of illustrates that point. And this is the new highs list, and it actually ticked a little bit lower today. So there's not a lot of stocks participating, and that, not to worry, like you can expect not every single stock to participate when we're bottoming out, when we're in this wall of worry, in this confusing point. And I think the next chart here is going to be 2002, 2003. So this is where the bottom was in 2002, and what you can see is there was a breakdown in breadth, but then it rallied much later on. So I think similarly, like we've got this situation going on here, a breakdown, we may eventually see a breakout, but that will be to be seen. This is the XLY and XLP. This is discretionary versus staples. We didn't see a meaningful breakout, but maybe tomorrow we will with Amazon reporting. This should probably give you that buy signal. The number of stocks above their 200-day moving average at 53, nothing crazy, but that is still bullish for stocks. And this is the NASDAQ 200-day. A number of stocks above the 200-day is pretty weak. It's only 30. That's probably a lot of the unprofitable techs not participating. But what we did see is the number of stocks above the 50-day moving average has gone up, which is good. And this is the up volume and down volume. We saw that tick up, which should be good news for stocks. Okay, so those are some of the charts that I was looking at. Hopefully that painted a picture for you and you're able to see the bull perspective today. There is a lot of opportunities out there. You just got to find them. And hopefully this video did that. If you can drop a like and hit a subscribe, that would be great. Hopefully we can get past 2 subscribers this year. Anyways, I'll see you on the next one. And my apologies for not uploading. Been having a busy month, which is good. Okay, see you on the next one, guys. Take care.